In 1992, X-Men the Animated Series premiered on United States television based on the Marvel comics of the Uncanny X-Men. The series was known for at the time being faithful to the Marvel comic source material that the series was based upon, as many characters from the comics were adapted for the series, and the said adaptations were implemented rather well. The Hellfire Club, which were an iconic group of villains from the X-Men comics, were debuted in the series, but in the cartoon the group was retitled as the Inner Circle Club, mostly due to the term Hellfire being used in an animated series aimed at children. Much like the series from the comics, they were debuted and affiliated with Jean Grey, at the time being the host of the Cosmic Phoenix Force. During the chaos that unfolded with the Dark Phoenix, the Inner Circle Club members were overwhelmed and forced to retreat, with them making a bold claim that they would return to get their revenge upon the X-Men, but they never do. In particular, the details were that Donald Pierce was depicted in the series, but his visual appearance had him being significantly younger than his original comic-based version. Emma Frost was also depicted in the series, but due to the circumstances in the cartoon, her fate was never technically resolved. But an interesting detail had it that she was shown among the mutant telepaths who combine their powers against Apocalypse in Beyond Good and Evil. Harold Leland was also depicted in the series, whose last appearance had him being stricken down by Wolverine. Jason Wingard manipulated Jean, and once the Dark Phoenix manifested itself, she got her revenge upon him, though the details of his potential demise were never fully depicted in the series. Sebastian Shaw was depicted as one of the most powerful members of the Inner Circle, as he was voted out of his position by the other members, as he was the one who vowed that the Inner Circle would get their revenge upon the X-Men. At the time, it was assumed that the Inner Circle would have had made a return to fight the X-Men once more in a future episode or arc of the series, as to what was depicted in the comics. From information now known, the Inner Circle was originally intended to return, with screenwriters of the series having a basic premise for the characters, but it was later abandoned in favor of other plot lines that were developed as a result of the episodes that were written for the animated series, and even other writers just wanting to quietly abandon the Inner Circle's characters, and as a result, all of their situations in this series, as well as their fates, were never truly resolved. Sometimes a character could be forgotten because they were meant to be depicted in further appearances, but due to various circumstances they were quietly and intentionally forgotten.